Elton, I thought basketball season didn't start for like another month, but 71-68, Western Michigan and Buffalo.
Only in the MAC, seven overtimes. They scored more points in overtime than they did in regulation. Wild game, but that's typical of a league that historically does a lot of scoring. You know, they've had teams win 66-63 and lose 63-60. So it's not unusual, not for the MAC.
Well, talking about crazy things, upcoming schedule, there's no top 25, no head-to-head top 25 games at this part of the year.
That's really strange for the midpoint of the season, but it shows how much movement there's been actually in the back of the top 25. You know, there's a lot of teams that have been moving in and out, and so this week you end up with a lot of teams playing games against teams that used to be top 25 teams but aren't anymore.
And 13 teams in the top 25 are undefeated?
More than half. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. And the thing is, if you look at it, the interesting thing is 4 of them are below the top 15 in the country. Number 18, South Florida. Number 19, San Diego State. Number 22, Central Florida. And number 25, Navy. And 3 of those teams are in the American Athletic Conference, which used to be the old Big East, which is no longer considered a power conference in football. The other one is San Diego out in the Mountain West. So it's tough to see any of those teams based on what happened last year with Western Michigan. Western Michigan was undefeated, big story, but they never could seem to crack much higher than 15th in the country, even though they were undefeated. I see much the same scenario here.
Yeah, but out of those teams, could one of them give a chance to crack top 15?
The one with the best chance would be Navy. Navy's got 2 top 25 games left. They play Central Florida.
Team in their conference.
Team in their conference, which is also undefeated. And they got a road game at Notre Dame. So it depends on a couple things. It depends on how voters really look at Notre Dame. Is Notre Dame a placeholder because of their name, or do they really look at Notre Dame as a true, still a true power team? And obviously they got to win it, and they got to go undefeated through the rest of their season. And being Navy, you know, military and all our emphasis now on the armed services and all, that could carry voters to make them carry them above the 15 line, maybe, if they get, you know, go undefeated. But that'd be the only one. I don't think any of the other 3 have a chance to get much higher than 15, and certainly not into the top 10.